Welcome students. Today our topic of discussion is mustard, botany, cultivation and economic importance. The word mustard has been derived from two Latin words, mustum ardens, which means burning must or burning juice. Because in ancient times, mustard was prepared with must, that's unfermented grape juice, hence the name mustard. This word then gave rise to the word mustard in English. Mustard is an annual herb cultivated as oilseed crop or as vegetable or as fodder. Mustard is a member of the Brassica family of plants, which bears tiny round edible seeds as well as tasty leaves. The major processed products are mustard powder used in the manufacture of mayonnaise, dried or dehydrated mustard leaves, whole mustard seeds, etc. The mustard seeds have been known since ancient times. It was cultivated by the Chinese more than 3000 years ago. It has been a part of the most ancient Mediterranean civilizations. It was cultivated and used as spice in meat and fish preparations by ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. Mustard appeared in Spain with the arrival of the Roman legions, then in India with Vasco da Gama. Under the name mustard, many important annual oil seeds belonging to the Brassicae, that's cruciferi, are grown in India. These are Indian mustard, Brassica juncea, brown mustard, commonly called rai, raya or laha, or next Brassica nigra or black mustard, commonly called kali sarson, and Brassica hirta, commonly called white mustard or pale mustard. There are also a number of hybrid mustards introduced and grown in India, which have commercial values for various reasons. Almost all types of mustard grown in India have one commercial value or other. Some are known for higher oil yield, while some others are known for appropriate pungency, for which they are popular as spice or as ground mustard. Today we will discuss about Brassica juncea and Brassica nigra, which are considered two important species of mustard. Now first, Brassica juncea. Botanical name is Brassica juncea, family Brassicaceae or cruciferi, English names Indian mustard or brown mustard. Then vernacular names, that's in Hindi, Punjabi and Urdu. It's commonly known as rai, sarson, sarson lahi, bari rai. Then edible parts, leaves, stems and seeds. Its distribution. Brassica juncea is an amphidiploid species derived from interspecific crosses between Brassica nigra and Brassica raipa. Primary center of origin of Brassica juncea is thought to be the Central Asia, that's northwest India, with secondary centers in central and western China, eastern India, Burma, and through Iran to Near East. It has been cultivated for centuries in many parts of Eurasia. The principal growing countries are Bangladesh, Central Africa, China, Nepal, Japan, India and Pakistan, as well as southern Russia, that's north of the Caspian Sea. In the Indian subcontinent, Brassica juncea is the dominant species grown and is the important source of edible oil. It has been an important crop of India for a long period of time and is cultivated in the states of Bihar, UP, Assam, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Punjab and West Bengal as a rabi crop. Now botany of Brassica juncea. Brassica juncea is an annual glabrous herb. Roots are slender and tapering. Stem is slender, branched 1 to 2 meters high. Lower leaves petiolated, green, variously lobed with toothed-edged, lyrate, pinnate sect with 1 to 2 lobes or leaflets on each leaf side and a larger sparsely setose terminal lobe. Upper leaves sub-entire, short petiolated, 30 to 60 millimeters long, 2 to 3.5 millimeters wide. Flowers small, yellow, inflorescence coriambose raceme, cruciform petals, stamens tetradynamous, ovary hypogynous, bicarpellary, syncarpous, unilocular, but becomes bilocular later on due to the development of false septum called rhapulum, ovules many in each locule. Fruit is siliqua, 1.25 to 6.25 centimeters long. Seeds are round, brown or dark brown and non-mucilaginous. Now, cultivation of Brassica juncea. Brassica juncea is a crop of tropical as well as temperate regions and requires somewhat cool and dry weather for optimum yield. It requires a good supply of soil moisture during the growing period and a dry clear weather at the time of maturity. Cool temperature, clear dry weather with plentiful or bright sunshine accompanied with suitable moisture content in the soil increases the oil yield. Mustard crop is grown in Rabi season from September to October to February-March. Brassica juncea is a long day in periodic response. This crop is not drought tolerant. It requires an annual precipitation of 35 to 45 centimeters. The crop does not tolerate water lodging. Brassica juncea has a potential to grow under a wide range of soil conditions, varying from sandy loam to clay loam soils, but for higher yield, light loam soils are required. This crop is resistant to moderate salinity, but a soil having neutral pH is ideal for its proper growth and development. The crop is usually sown in middle of October to the beginning of November. It is cultivated as a mixed crop as well as pure crop. In mixed cropping, 1.7 to 2.25 kg per hectare, and in pure crop 4.5 to 6.7 kg per hectare seeds are required for sowing. In mixed cropping, the seed is sown either in parallel rows 1.2 to 1.8 meters apart, alternating with the main crop, or broadcast in the entire field. When sown as a pure crop, the seed is generally sown broadcast. Control of weeds is essential and 1 to 3 intercultivations may be necessary. When grown for seeds, off-type plants should be removed before flowering. The Brassica juncea requires a good sandy loam soil with about 50 to 75 kg nitrogen, 100 to 150 kg acid phosphatase and 50 to 75 kg potash per hectare. Adequate nutrient supply increases the seed and oil yield by improving the setting pattern of siliqua on branch, number of siliqua per plant and other yield attributes. Manure or soil improving crops may also be used. Now, harvesting. Rye crop comes to maturity in about 110 to 160 days. Harvesting of the crop goes from Feb-March depending on variety and weather conditions. Plants generally harvested before fruits are fully ripe to reduce shattering. Harvesting is usually done in early morning. Entire plants are either pulled out by hand or cut a few centimeters above ground with sickles. Plants are tied into small sheaves and dried in sun for 4 to 10 days. Extraction of oil from the seed is by rotary mills, expeller, and hydraulic processes. For mustard greens, plants are cut off at ground level when they are young and tender. Leaves 15 to 30 centimeters long are preferred for marketing. Greens are cooled to near 0 degree immediately after cutting and kept at or near that temperature during transportation and marketing. Humidity is kept at 90 to 95% by use of ice over the load or in the packages. Now, active principles of Brassica juncea. Brassica juncea is rich in vitamin A and C and iron. 100 grams of leaf is reported to contain 24 calories, 91.8 grams water, 2.4 grams protein, 0.4 grams fat, 4.3 grams carbohydrate, 1.0 gram fiber, 1.1 gram ash, 160 milligrams calcium, 48 milligrams phosphorus, 2.7 milligrams iron, 24 milligrams sodium, 297 milligrams potassium, 1285 milligrams beta carotene, 0.06 milligrams thiamine, 0.14 milligrams riboflavin, 0.8 milligrams niacin, and 73 milligrams ascorbic acid. Similarly, 100 grams of root is reported to contain 38 calories, 85.2 grams water, 1.9 grams protein, 0.3 gram fat, 8.8 gram total carbohydrate, 2.0 gram fiber, 3.8 gram ash, 111 milligram calcium, 65 milligram phosphorus, 1.6 milligrams iron, 447 milligrams potassium, 45 milligrams beta carotene, 0.05 milligrams thiamine, 0.12 milligrams riboflavin, 0.7 milligrams niacin, and 21 milligrams ascorbic acid. Similarly, 100 gram of the seed is reported to contain 6.2 gram water, 24.6 gram protein, 35.5 gram fat, 28.4 gram total carbohydrate, 8.0 gram fiber, and 5.3 gram ash. Seed sterols contain 19.2% brassicae, 23.6% free campestris, 57.2% cytosterol, 1.7% esterified D5-aminosterol, and a trace of D7 stigmasterol. It also contains the glucosinolate synegrin, that's potassium myronate, and the enzyme myrosine, and synapic acid, synapine, that is synapic acetylcholine ester. Fixed oil 25 to 37%, consisting mainly of glycerides of uracil, eicosanoic, arachidic, non-academic, behenic, oleic, palmitic acids, and proteins and mucilage. Now, economic importance of Brassica juncea. Although widely and extensively grown as a vegetable, it is being grown more for its seeds, which yield edible oils and condiment. Mustard oil is one of the major edible oils in India. The fixed oil content of rye is varying between 28.6% to 45.7%. Younger tender leaves of Brassica juncea or mustard greens are used in salads or mixed with other salad greens. Older leaves with stems may be eaten fresh, canned, or frozen for pot herbs and to a limited extent in salads. Mustard greens are often cooked with meat and may be used in soups and stews. Oil is also used as a hair oil and lubricants. Adding 1.1 to 2.2% mustard oil to fresh apple star retards fermentation. Seed residue is used as cattle feed and in fertilizers. Being anodyne, diuretic, emetic, rubefacient, and stimulant, it is widely used in folk medicines for the treatment of arthritis, foot-ache, lumbago, and rheumatism. Seeds are used for curing tumors in China. Roots are used as a galactagogue in Africa. The volatile oil is used as a counter-irritant and stimulant. Leaves applied to the forehead are said to relieve headache. Chinese eat the leaves in soups for bladder inflammation or hemorrhage. Mustard oil is used for skin eruptions and ulcers. Now, next important species, Brassica nigra. That's Brassica nigra Koch or Synapsis nigra. Botanical name Brassica nigra Koch. Family Brassicaceae or cruciferae. English names true mustard or black mustard. Vernacular names in Hindi, Punjabi, and Urdu Kali sarson. And parts used, that's seeds and leaves. Distribution. Brassica nigra is regarded the elementary species of Brassica genus. It has been cultivated throughout Europe since long, except in the northeastern parts, and is now reported to be growing wild. It's a cold weather crop, grown to a very limited extent. It is largely cultivated in England, Holland, Italy, Germany, and elsewhere for the sake of the seed, used partly as a condiment and partly for its oil. Now, botany of Brassica nigra. It is an erect annual herb 3 feet or more in height with smaller bright yellow flowers. The leaves are hairy. The lower ones are 10 to 20 centimeters long, petiolated and lyrate, upper ones small and entire. Inflorescence is corymbos racemum. The flowers are small, stamens are tetradynamous. Ovary hypogynous, bicarpellary, syncarpous, ovules anatropous, bitegmic, and gracilocellate. Placentation is parietal. The smooth, erect, flat-nut pods measuring 0.63 to 1.25 centimeters long, each provided with a short, slender beak, contain about 3 to 10 dark reddish-brown or black seeds, which are collected when ripe and dried. The seeds are very small and mucilaginous. Its cultivation. An easily grown plant, black mustard is suited to many types of soils except very heavy clays. It grows best on light sandy loams or deep, rich, fertile soils. Its growth is successful in full sun and in a well-drained, fertile, particularly alkaline soil. The main crop for seed is sown in April. It is in flower from June to August and the seeds ripen from July to September. The plant requires an annual precipitation of 30 to 170 centimeters and an annual average temperature range of 6 to 27 degrees centigrade and a pH in the range of 4.9 to 8.2. Black mustard is adapted to a wide variety of climatic conditions. It's often grown in the temperate zone, though it is mainly suited to tropical areas, and grown chiefly as a rain-fed crop in areas of low or moderate rainfall. It's harvesting. The plant flowers about 45 days after sowing and is ready to harvest in another 6 to 7 weeks. In many countries like USA, planting, harvesting and threshing are mechanized. Crop is cut green in August and allowed to ripen to avoid shattering. Pods are harvested when still closed but mature, preferably early in the day. Sometimes plants are cut and dried on the threshing floor prior to threshing by beating with wooden flails. Now its active principle. Most important constituent in black mustard is a glycoside senegrin or potassium ironate, which upon hydrolysis yields allyl isothiocyanate, a volatile liquid known as oil of mustard. Senegrin is toxic to certain insect larvae, harmful to others. The leaf is reported to contain 31 calories, 89.5 gram water, 3.0 gram protein, 0.5 gram fat, 5.6 gram total carbohydrate, 1.1 gram fiber, 1.4 gram ash, 183 milligram calcium, 50 milligram phosphorus, 3 milligram iron, 32 milligram sodium, 42 gram beta carotene, 0.11 milligram thiamine, 0.22 milligram riboflavin, 0.8 milligram niacin and 97 milligrams ascorbic acid per 100 grams. The mature seed is reported to contain 7.6 grams water, 29.1 gram protein, 28.2 gram fat, 30.2 gram total carbohydrate, 11.0 gram fiber and 0.5 gram ash per 100 gram. Its toxicity. Ingestion of powdered black mustard seed or of volatile oil of black mustard in sufficient amount results in gastroenteritis, which may prove fatal. Its economic importance. Black mustard is often cultivated for its edible seed, though it is going out of favor because it rapidly sheds its seeds once they are ripe and this makes it harder to harvest mechanically than the less pungent brown mustard. This is used especially as food flavoring, though it is also sown with the seeds of garden cress, that's Lepidium sativum, to provide mustard and cress a salad eating when the seedlings are about 1 week old. Black mustard is also grown as a medicinal plant. It is ground with white mustard for preparing table mustard and also various mustard preparations like mustard bran and mustard flour. It germinates freely and grows rapidly to make a very useful green manure. The plants are not very winter hardy, so the seed is best sown in the spring when grown for its seed, while as it can be sown as a late summer as a green manure crop. Hot water poured on bruised black mustard seed makes a stimulating foot bath and helps to throw off a cold or dispel a headache. The blend oil expressed from the hulls of the seeds after the flour has been sifted away promotes the growth of the hair and may be used with benefit externally for rheumatism. Mustard flour is considered a capital antiseptic and sterilizing agent as well as an excellent deodorizer. Now its use in folk medicine. Mustard is considered diuretic, emetic, rubefacient and stimulant. Mustard plaster is used externally for many afflictions as arthritis and rheumatism. Seed decoctions are used for indurations of the liver and spleen. It is also used for carcinoma, throat tumors and impostomas. Mustard relieves congestion by drawing the blood to the surface as in head afflictions, neuralgia and spasms. Hot water poured on bruised seeds makes a stimulant foot bath, good for colds and headaches. Old herbals suggested mustard for alopecia, epilepsy, snake bite, and toothache. Mustard oil is said to stimulate hair growth. It's also recommended as an apparent ingredient of tea, useful in hiccough. Mustard flour is considered antiseptic. Oil also useful in pleurisy and pneumonia. Now, extraction of oils. Oil is extracted from the seeds in block-operated gunnies or power-driven rotatory gunnies, expellers, hydraulic press, etc. In recent years, solvent extraction methods are also employed. Adulteration of oils. Like other edible oils, mustard oils also are adulterated. The commonly used adulterants are groundnut and linseed oils. Sometimes seeds of eremon gets mixed during harvesting and usually mustard oil contains a small amount of eremon oil seeds. Now, yields and economics. India is one of the largest mustard growing countries in the world, occupying the first position in area and second position in production after China. The world production of mustard has been increasing at a rapid rate in several countries, largely in response to the continuing increase in demand for edible oils and its products. Mustard oil is the second most important edible oil seeds grown in India after groundnut and accounts for nearly 30% of the total oil seeds produced in the country along with the rape seeds. When compared to other edible oils, the mustard oil has the lowest amount of harmful saturated fatty acids. It also contains adequate amounts of the two essential fatty acids, that is linoleic and linolenic, which are not present in many of the other edible oils. As much as 12 metric ton leaf is reported per hectare in India. Seed yields of rye range from 900 to 1,235 kilograms per hectare in the United States and about 1,100 kilograms per hectare in dry seasons, and this increased up to 60%. In another study comparing irrigating and nitrogen levels, seed yields were 0.82 to 2.37 metric tons per hectare, the maximum being irrigated and fertilized with 150 kilograms nitrogen per hectare. Other Indian studies suggest 1,000 to 2,000 kilograms seeds per hectare with an oil content of 30 to 38%. Now, biotic factors. Mustard is 2/3 self-pollinating and 1/3 insect pollinating. It is less susceptible to insect pest and disease than other Indian brassicas, but is susceptible to some. Many pathogen fungi attacks rye or leaf mustard. The common ones are as Albugo candida, Albugo microspora, Alternaria brassica. Some of the bacteria like Erwinia carotivora and Xanthomonas campestris also attack the crop. Most prevalent virus diseases are rape mosaic, brassica virus, yellow virus, cabbage black ring spot, cucumber mosaic, and radish mosaic. Different nematodes have been isolated from rye or mustard greens such as Heterodira cruciferi, Heterodira sagittii, Heterodira trifoli, Meloidogyne hapla, Meloidogyne incognita, and Trichodorus crestri. With this, we conclude today's topic that was about mustard, its botany, cultivation, and economic importance. We learned that mustard crops in India are grown in diverse agroclimatic conditions, ranging from northeastern to northwestern hills to down south under irrigated and rain-fed, timely or late-sown, saline soils and mixed cropping. We also learned about the economic importance of mustard, its role in folk medicine, and various microbial pathogens under the threat of which crop grows. At the same time, we got aware of the basic strategies like use of fertilizers, amount of seed to be used per hectare, etc. to improve the productivity and quality of oil. Hope you might have understood the topic well. Thank you and have a nice day.